Even though we live in a time where the majority of our info can be stored electronically, we still manage to accumulate the ancient form of holding information: papers. In this video, I'll share crystal clear steps for decluttering, storing, and most importantly, how to maintain a simple system for annoying must-have documents to keep your piles to a minimum. Collect all of your papers throughout your home. This includes the fridge, random drawers, and maybe even your glove box. Exclude sentimental items like love letters and paperwork that has to do with work. Choose an open space to sort through everything and where you won't have to relocate if you have to break this task up into days. Set up a trash can, a shredder if you have one, and a glass of water with some snacks. Next, throw it all away. I'm kidding, just most of it. But seriously, easy targets for quick discarding are mail promotions, expired paperwork or coupons, old school papers, and old receipts. Things like credit card statements, pay stubs, receipts, bills, and even taxes can usually be pulled up and managed on the interwebs. Same for things like manuals and warranties. It's 2021, people. Chuck that useless shit and move on with your life. I can definitely see how lecture and school papers, kids' artwork, and special cards for occasions are easy to accumulate. This is because we think we might revisit the information, or you just feel guilty launching a lovely handwritten Christmas card straight into the trash chute. However, all of these things have fulfilled their purpose or brought you the most joy in the moment you received them. Either let it go, or display it with more intention beyond slapping it on the fridge. Having multiple categories is fine for working environments, but not for home. I like to divide things into 3 categories: a deal with it pile, temporary paperwork, and permanent paperwork. The deal with it category has stuff like car registration reminders, things that need to be scanned in email, tickets, sensitive mail, or receipts for items that need to be returned. Basically, anything that has a deadline or is related to a lingering to-do. The temporary pile has things that are more long-term but still have an expiration date. So things like passports, lease agreements, car records, my PT license, etc. The permanent pile has things like social security cards, birth certificates, marriage certificates, and certifications or diplomas, etc. Anything that you get rid of that has top secret personal information on it should be disposed of properly. I know people can probably rip my social security deets from the dark web, but still. If you don't have a shredder or have a ton of things to shred, UPS and probably other office supply stores offer shredding services. I just have this ink thing that rolls a matrix-like blob onto paper to confuse potential dumpster diving hackers. Linked in the description below. Kinda random, but I store this temporary and permanent paperwork together in this supposedly eelskin briefcase that I randomly acquired. Otherwise, I suggest using something simple like these boxes that don't separate things. You can go hardcore and get the water and fireproof stuff, but try to avoid these accordion filing things of doom with 27 pockets for unnecessary categorizing. The advantage of storing everything in one pile is that you're forced to sift through all of your temporary paperwork and deal with or notice expired and possibly irrelevant papers. Our deal with it paperwork isn't stored away. It just hangs out right here at the front door. This works for us because we see it every day as a daunting reminder to take care of tasks or adult errands. This can also look like a tray on your office desk or a magazine holder in a spot that just makes sense for you. So how does one avoid going back to being a paper collector? First of all, check your mail only when you have time to sort through the papers right then and there. If possible, I don't even let it get into my apartment. Opt for electronic options for your credit card statements, pay stubs, receipts, bills, and taxes. If there's an option for you to not receive paper, do it. You can also take pictures of things like car records and turn it into a PDF to be stored on your phone or pulled up on your computer. For lecture materials, I use an app called Notability to download PDFs onto my iPad and go from there. Otherwise, I'll take notes in my bullet journal where I'm more likely to refer to this information later. So that's it, guys. This is how I deal with annoying papers and keep them from littering my home. If you're interested in how to organize your digital space, leave a comment about it and subscribe and check out this next video in the meantime. Get in your bed.